Hey BTP fans, it's Brett here, and like we promised, we have a bat rep for Operation Squad today. And we're going to play a full game. We're playing 500 points on each side, and it's just going to be straight up, you know, me versus James. And no other scenarios or objectives. And this is our game board that we have going on right here. It's supposed to represent Normandy countryside in France. So we got nice road, hedgerows, fields,
yeah, we'll get down
wooded
here.
areas.
Ooh.
So we got a variety of different terrains and area terrains. So this area here is going to be area terrain as woods, so it provides movement modifiers and shooting modifiers. This is the same thing. We've got a field here, provides movement modifiers. Yeah, other than that, why don't we review our army lists and get the game going.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so here we got my American 101st Airborne Screaming Eagles, and I have my sergeant, and he's got 3 paratroopers with him. I have a corporal with 2 paratroopers with him, a sniper, and a mortar team. And I'm at 500 points exactly.
Okay.
And I'm hoping
What's
to
the
have a good game.
significance of 500 points?
That is the typically average game, and the lists are pretty much built around so you can build up to 500 points.
Okay, awesome.
So, yeah.
Let's go look on the other side of the board.
Alrighty, let's go see the.
All right,
James.
BTP fans, we've got my sergeant over here with his monocle, just like his daddy over here. My corporal. Got a couple of guys there with their STGs. Got one guy here, he's got a Car 98, and he's been upgraded to a medic. Got another guy here with an STG. We've got this guy here, even though he appears to have some communications device, he's actually a sniper. This team over here is a medium machine gun team, or HMG team rather.
Nice.
With 2 assistants. So
Awesome. And what list are you running, James?
this is actually the Panzer Grenadier
Awesome.
list. So trying just a
Excellent.
little bit something different, and they were cheaper. So
Cool. Alrighty. So James is going to play on this side. I'm going to play on this side. Standard deployment is 30 centimeters. We've marked off, my little dice here marks off my 30 centimeter border. He's got his dice going across as well for his.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead and set up real fast, and then we'll be back on.
deployment.
Sorry, start that again.
Okay, so we're gonna roll for deployment.
There we go. Kind of got a little too fast on me.
Oh.
Oh wow, this is brutal.
Okay.
All right, so we take our 2 dice and we add the highest tactical value from our list.
Yep.
Both of ours being 5. So clearly, James has priority here, which
Yep.
means that he either gets to choose to deploy first or tell me to deploy first. And yeah.
I'm going first.
All right, so he's going to go first. That means I'm going to
Deploy first.
deploy first.
Yep.
All right, so we'll pass this over to James, and I'll deploy my forces real fast.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm setting up on this side.
Okay.
I'm going to try and set up in a way that I can maximize the effectiveness of my mortar team, because that's really the biggest defense I have right now against James' list. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy my mortar team right behind this little ledge here. So they still have a little bit of line of sight, but they're protected by cover. Special rule that the sergeants have.
Hang on.
Oh. All right. So I've gone ahead and deployed. And what I was saying is I deployed my mortar here in the attempts to give him a nice area to shoot at. Interesting note, sergeants have the ability to direct fire or effectively indicate a target for your mortar team if they're within 20 centimeters of the mortar team. So what that means is I can have my guys behind cover out of line of sight and still fire at models on the game board.
Yep.
Pretty cool idea. Anyway, so I've got my my sergeant here with his squad and my sniper over here, and then back over on this side I have my corporal and his squad, and that's how I set up. So
Awesome.
what have you done?
I dropped everything right out in this corner over here.
All right.
Got the bulk of the force over here. Do have the HMG team sitting over here, kind of guarding the road, really. And then I've got my sniper over here.
Awesome. And your thinking behind this tactic?
Keep everybody kind of together until I get within sight of that mortar, and then the idea is to go like this.
Yes. Bunching up with a mortar, bad
That is a
idea.
very bad idea.
Anyways, all right. So we are now going to roll for priority.
Yep.
And yeah, this is going to be fun. The game's going to start. So, dice. All right. Once again, 2 dice plus highest tactical value in the squad So James, I have
tied.
7. He's got 9.
Yep.
We both have 5. He still wins.
Yep.
So he
I'm
gets
getting priority.
He gets first choice on his activations. So James, start us off.
So the very first thing I'm going to do is take my sniper, and he's going to be running up here.
Alrighty. I am going to activate my my sergeant here and have him just run up onto the other side. Or he's not going to run. He's going to move up to here.
All right. Grab a couple of little tokens.
So basically, what I do is I put some dice next to him, knowing that I'm going to be rolling for him to activate.
Okay. And I'm actually cheating and using my Rulik War Machine tokens.
Nice. Whatever works. Helps to keep track.
Yep.
Okay. Next
All right.
activation, James.
Next, he's going to come up here.
Okay. This squad mate's going to follow his sergeant.
Okay, and then we're going to have, we're actually going to have the machine gun team move up.
Okay. Now, machine gun team moves as a whole, correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
The entire unit essentially is treated as if they're on one base, and they all move up together. Now, they each can have actions given to them, but right now they're all just moving up.
Awesome. So then my third activation is going to be to move my sniper up this way.
Awesome. All right, so now we do our rolling.
Okay, so we've now activated 3 guys on each side. So now we roll dice for each of those guys to determine their priority. And at this point, it's not going to make a huge difference because we're not going to be doing any shooting. But just as way of instruction, we'll show you what we're going to do here. So what I've done is I've rolled for my 3 guys. So I'm rolling for this guy, and this guy. And then I add the tactical value of each one. So my leader here, he has a tactical value of 5. Everybody else has a tactical value of 4. So I'll add 5 to this, which gives me 12. So what I'll basically do is just make my dice indicate 12. I'm adding 4 to this one, that puts me at 10. And then I've got 4 on this one, plus another 4 is going to put that one at 8. So those are the priorities that I'm going to go, and we will look and see what James has on his. All right,
I do something similar with my dice. I just add a third dice for the tactical value.
Okay.
In this case, I rolled 7 plus 4, so he's at 11 for the sniper. The machine gun team over here rolled really poorly, only got 6. So with 4, that puts them moving at 10. And then this guy over here, he's doing really good. He's busting out at 14.
All right. So his 14 goes first.
So what would normally happen is my 14 would run up and do his thing, whatever that may be. Then it'd go 13, 12, 11, 10. But because all we're doing is moving, there's no shooting, we're just going to move all of our guys at once.
But just to show the priority, so his 14 would go first, my 12 would go next,
Yep.
his 11 would go, and then we both have a 10, but because he had priority on the turn, his 10 would go before my 10.
Correct.
And then I would move my 8 here. So normal movement for guys is 15 centimeters. So I'm going to hand the camera off to James so I can move my guys here real fast.
Well, let's just cut it off, and then we'll run our guys, and we'll go to the next round.
Okay, so out of the Operation Squad rulebook are these little paper tokens. These ones basically indicate that these models have all moved during this turn, and so they can no longer be activated this turn. That just helps me keep track of what models I've already moved. So now we've done our 6 activations, and so now it's my turn to start. So I'll start by moving another 3 models, and he will in turn react with his 3 models. So my first action in this phase is going to be to move this guy up with the rest of his squad.
Okay, and we're going to run. Actually, no, we're just going to move the sergeant up.
Okay, this gentleman here is going to follow up here as well.
Okay, medic will then go up.
All right, so then my last activation is going to be to come over here and move this guy out over here, and he's going to at the same time shoot. So he's doing a move and shoot action, which means when he shoots, he's going to be at minus 1d6 as a penalty for his moving.
Awesome. And then last but not least, since he's moving out there, I'm going to take my Car 98, and he's going to do the same thing. He's going to move out and try to get a shot off.
All right, so he'll be at the same thing. He'll be at minus 1d6 during the shooting for having moved and shot.
So here's where that priority and your initiative really come into play, because if my guy decides to take his shot before he goes and moves, then my guy's just moving out
and doing
for
nothing.
no reason.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for, low priority on that guy. All right, so now we're going to start rolling, and we'll be right back.
So how'd you roll?
All right, I actually rolled exactly how I wanted to roll on this. I rolled really well.
Awesome.
This guy rolled a 14. This guy rolled a 13.
Okay.
And this guy over here rolled a 10. And I say that's
Awesome.
a good thing because his guy is going to move before my guy, which means his guy is going to come out and be like, oh, there's no one there to shoot. I can't shoot anybody.
Right, because my sergeant here at 11, the corporal, or I mean the medic rather, is at 12, And the guy that was going to shoot is sitting here with an 11. So he's actually moving out and not getting to take his shot off at the guy down the road there.
Yes, makes me happy. So my 14, my 13 will go, and then his 12 and his 11 will go. Or his, sorry, what'd you have? Yeah, a 12 and 2 11s.
Yep, 12 and 2 11s.
So my 12, his 2 11s will go, and then my 10 will
And then his guy will come out and shoot, and we'll show you that.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so all of my guys have moved up. Medic is kind of hiding up underneath the brush here. Sergeant's still hiding over here. We want to stay away from this opening in the fence because we don't want to get blasted by anything over there. And his guy has moved out now, and he is taking his shot of opportunity.
At the machine gun team.
Right.
So
your priority shooting, the priority shot always has to go to the closest model.
yes, so I couldn't indicate a target back here, like if it was his sergeant or his corporal or something, which would be a good thing to do. You always have to shoot at the closest target. There are a few exceptions to that, but in this situation, we're shooting at the closest target, which is the machine gun team. So first thing I'm going to do is check for range.
Okay, and it's a long range shot.
And it's possible that I might not even be able to shoot this. So I am at 83 centimeters. So what I'm going to do, he is running with a M1 semi-automatic carbine, and it turns out that at extreme range, he cannot shoot beyond 80 centimeters. So I can't even take the shot either.
Yep. So he gets out there, he shoots off like, hey, I'm here, guys.
Yep, and it just kind of ricochets off the distance. So he is activated. Put my little marker on him, and we go to the next phase.
Awesome.
Now back on James.
So I already know that he's way down the road there. Yay. So my 2 guys over here with the STGs, they can't shoot him. So what they're going to do, they're just going to run up and hope that we're still out of line of sight of everything.
Alrighty. So activate your first model.
Okay, so that would be him.
All right.
He is going to, in this case, he's going to move up here.
Okay. I am going to activate this paratrooper, and I'm going to move him up here and shoot. And I am hoping I can get close enough because he actually has an 80 centimeter range.
Nice.
So I am hoping that I can get close enough to get a shot off.
Hopefully get that extra 3 centimeters.
That's right. That's right.
Awesome. And then this other one here. See, I would probably be trying to do the same thing, but the STGs only have a 60 centimeter max range. So I'm 20 centimeters short. Even if I could move up to here, which 15 centimeters, I could probably run up and get close to that, but they don't have long enough range to even come close. So.
All right, so that was his second. So my second activation is going to be the exact same thing with this guy, try and move him up and shoot.
Okay, now I don't have a third activation where Brett does, so I have to essentially pass my third activation.
Okay, and my third activation is going to actually be to pass with this guy. He's not going to make any actions.
Okay.
So we're going to roll for priority, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so James, how'd you do?
Horrible. Well, it doesn't really matter for these two because they're not really affecting the combat any, but I did get a 10 and an 8 on the corporal. The corporal is just going like, what?
So over here I rolled a 13 on this front guy, and I rolled an 11 on this guy. And
awesome.
Like he said, it's not going to make the priority's not going to make a huge difference because neither our 2 units affect each other. But just want to show you how it's going to work. Exactly. All right, so go ahead and move your guys, and I'll move my guys, and I'll see if I can.
Well, your guys
get
actually come
shots
first. So.
That's true. So let's hear. Let me pass this around real fast.
Sounds like fun.
All right, 15 centimeter movement. Let's hope I can get close enough. I'm hoping I might be able to pull it off with this guy.
Gonna be close.
I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off with this guy. So I'm just gonna move him right there. And measure distance. Okay, so this guy's going first.
Okay.
Technically I should have moved him and then shot, but.
Right.
And he is just at 80 centimeters.
So the second guy is not going to get shot.
Can't take his shot, but this guy can take his shot.
Yep.
So what I got here, weapons table. So for the M1 Garand, at extreme range, I am at just straight up 3d6, no modifier. However, I did move and then shot, so I am minus 1d6.
Right.
And then since his guys are out in the open, and they didn't run prior to this,
correct.
They have no way to save themselves.
Yep, I have no cover.
So, just as a quick recap, if I roll 11, 12, or 13, it's a pin. 14 is
14 or 15.
14 or 15 is a wound. 16 and above is
killed.
Automatically killed.
Right. So you're only rolling 2 dice.
I'm rolling 2d6, so the most I can do is pin him.
Exactly.
So, oh no, because I added my tackle value.
Right.
So I have the slight potential.
Yeah, there is a chance.
Okay, here we go. And I get 2 shots, by the way. All right, so we got
4 over here.
7 plus 4, so I'm at 11.
Right, so the model will be pinned.
Pinned.
at the end of his shooting.
Yeah, so now I roll my second turn. Or my second shot.
Okay.
Slightly better. I mean 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you're still pinned.
Okay, so 2 pins, which mean that they're just pinned. Normally what you would do is you'd lay the models down on their sides to indicate that they're pinned.
Yep. So the only action they can take next time is they can either stand up, or they can do a cautious like crawl, or they can hide if they're in cover.
Yep. So now I'll move my guys and we'll go on to the second turn.